like and subscribe to the channel, and maybe I won't tell your parents exactly what you smoked on the weekend with friends. What are some little known relationship green flags? Listening to you and remembering the things you've said. Back when me and my boyfriend started dating, he'd sometimes bring up things that I've said before. Eggs, my favorite foods, candies, etc. Made me super happy and could tell he genuinely cared. If she shows equal interest in hanging out with you, if it feels like you're dragging them into going on a date, they're really not into you, no matter what they may say. Besides, let's be honest. Wouldn't you rather date someone who is as excited and interested in seeing you and you are in seeing them? You don't feel like you're competing for their time. You're just loved. Even when they are busy, you don't have to worry. People think you need to spend all your time with someone. You don't. But the feeling of being loved removes any jealousy or insecurities. You just know it's good. Not a helpful comment, but I just wanted to say reading these gave me back some faith in humanity and reminded me of all the wonderful people in my life that I'm lucky enough to have experienced these green flags with. Thanks Reddit. While we were dating, my now wife would always put on a fake diamond ring whenever she would go out with her girlfriends. When I noticed it once and asked her about it, she said she would do it because it would discourage most, certainly not all, guys from hitting on her. It showed the type of person she was and was such a simple and easy gesture that no one I ever dated before had ever done. I obviously had to replace that faked one with a real one. I drink a lot of water and sometimes my BF would stay until late, and I would fall asleep before leaving. He always made sure I had a glass full of water on my nightstand in case I woke up thirsty. It's always the small details. Edit. I drink a healthy amount of water. Thank you for your concern, lol. No matter how angry you are at one another, you will still go out of your way or they go out of their way to help. I'll be wicked pissed, but I'll angrily make my wife her favorite dinner, even though I don't want to eat. No matter how angry we are at one another, usually only last a short period of time, we will never sabotage or try to teach them a lesson. Many times, it ends up being both apologizing to one another. Arguing and getting angry is just part of a relationship and unavoidable. It is how you deal with it that sets it apart from a healthy relationship versus a bad one. Edit. Thanks for the reward thingies. There is never any harm telling someone you love them. It's a pretty convoluted story, but I was dating a guy, had to drive his car to get him from a situation, and wrecked his car due to mechanical failure, and called my mama to come get me so we could go get him. Rescued him. Then had to tell him I'd wrecked his car. His first question, "Are you okay?" My mom overheard. That one's a keeper. If it's a chore you both hate, you do it together. My late husband and I both hated folding laundry, but it had to be done. So we always did it together. Made the chore less of a pain. Your partner does things for you without asking, and remembers little details. For example, I like eating with a fruit fork, the smaller version of the dinner fork. I actually googled that, since our family calls them the little forks lol. Anyway, my partner remembers this, and will grab it for me when we're dishing up food. Another good one is they make you feel appreciated. Edit. It may be a cake fork or salad fork. Genuine support in your life goals, even if that means you two will have to go long distance for a while, or will have to have conflicting work schedule, or it will make your relationship harder in some way. If they love you and want you to be happy, they will be genuinely interested in what you want to do and will try to support you to do that in whatever way they can. They won't hold you back in any way. This is something me and my so have been facing something similar to this recently. He's just graduated and is looking for a job. As much as I want him to stay close by, so we don't have to do long distance for any more time than we have to, I'm going home for the summer. But if he gets a job the other side of the country, I won't stop him, and as long as I'm around I'll help him pack up. My ex would tease me a lot and would tease me in front of his family. He would say things like, oh, she changed her outfit 3 times because she thought you guys would judge her. Or she didn't really want to come over, but I convinced her. He would be laughing and joking, but these things would be the truth. When I was going to meet my current boyfriend's family I was really nervous. In the car I said, please, don't tell them how nervous I am, it's so embarrassing. He looked at me in shock and said, I'm on your side. Why would I tell them that? And it was like a freaking light bulb. Love this guy. The person makes time for you. Whether it's a romantic relationship or a friendship, people will always find a way to make time for those they care about. Let's say I'm super busy with my day. I can find 10 seconds to respond to your text. I have to eat a meal at some point, so even if I'm super pressed, I can invite you to have a meal with me at restaurant, at a fast food place, at someone's home. I can call you when I'm driving in my car. It baffles me when people say I was too busy. Too busy to what? You mean you couldn't spare 10 seconds from your day to try to nourish your relationship with the other person? We all know you were on your phone while pooping. You cold texted them. This is dumb, but that's something that sticks out to me. When my girlfriend and I first started to date, she remembered the game Escape from Tarkov I was obsessed with and always asked about it. I knew she was the one for me when she opened up our Bumble chat with an always sunny line. My wife says the biggest early test I passed was when we went to Goodwill together at the very start of everything. She was looking at some wedding dresses on the rack and asking my opinion. I told her not to bother. Our family business is basically tailoring. Costume shop where all the rentals are handmade and shot by a certified grandmaster costumer. Yes, that's a thing. And we could make whatever she wanted to her exact requirements for a fraction of the price. Later on she told me it was a test to see if I'd run away screaming at the idea of getting married. Like, nope, there's no point to me in dating if that isn't the end goal. We got married and she got her custom made wedding dress for free because we already had the fabric she liked. It's the small things. The doing something just because it will make your partner smile and expecting/wanting nothing in return. A few months ago I was having a bad day and had texted my partner about the basics, and he said to head over to his place after work. I showed up so defeated by the day, opened the door, and my dog is there. He had spoken with my parents, picked up my dog from their house, because he knew that's what I needed. He was cooking dinner and told me to just go cuddle on the bed with my dog while he took care of everything else. That's when I knew he and I were in it for the long haul. Being able to have healthy conflict without fear that conflict will cause the end of the relationship. It's green flag and a relief to have natural disagreements and communication about those disagreements without constant fear that someone's going to hit the nuclear option. Edit. Also, doctoring my coffee and bringing it to me in bed was a smaller green flag. Edit 2. Doctoring meaning putting cream and sugar in, and thank you for the awards and gold Reddit friends. You don't feel like they are playing games. Communication is direct, and you don't feel too nervous about what you should or shouldn't do or say, and you're not worried about what they do or don't do or say. Some butterflies is normal, of course. Edit. To clarify, my point here is it's possible to meet someone who, right from the beginning, you're not overly concerned about your interactions. You don't have to think too much about what to text them or when. Same with calls. They don't leave you wondering about when they will respond to you and what delaying means. They don't say or do cryptic things that you have to go home and call in a panel of friends to analyze. This is not to say that, in the beginning, you shouldn't take care to be on your better behavior and not to overshare. This is not game playing, it's being considerate. My first serious and current boyfriend initiated a conversation very early in the relationship about consent and ground rules for us both to respect. He was uncomfortable with the idea of us going too far when we were drunk and regretting it, so he just sat down and talked about it openly with me. 10/10ths recommend for everyone. It made me feel so safe and set the precedent for a long and healthy relationship. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel and like. Share your stories in the comments.